Hey Shawtyys,
this is Brittany
and Lauren, and welcome to our podcast where you can have whatever you like. We said you can have whatever you like. Yeah.
Hey Shawtyys, welcome to the Whatever You Like podcast, presented by your hosts, Brittany and Lauren. Today's episode title is What's My Age Again? From the classic millennial song by Blink-182. As our shorties know, the title of the episode is a code name for the episode's topic. And first, though, we need to give a shout out to the song itself. So
Take it away, Brittany. Let's party.
here we go. I took her out. It was a Friday night. I woke alone to get the feeling right. We started making out, and she took off my pants. But then I turned on the TV, and that's about the time she walked away from me. Nobody likes you when you're 23. And I'm some more abused by TV shows. What the hell is ADD? My friends say I should act my age. What's my age again? What's my age again? Thank you.
Nailed it, as
Nailed
Brittany
it.
usually says. Nailed it.
Well, I did. Well, let's get into the commentary.
You should go first.
So, the commentary on this song, honestly, I don't have any fun facts today. It's just a very nostalgic song for me. I just remember driving around in high school. Well, I wasn't driving, but I was in the car with people who had their license and just playing the song and singing it with everyone. And it used to come up on Pandora a lot. And it's just a fun song.
You don't have your license in high school?
I didn't have my license in high school or a car. So
When did you get your license?
when I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
I didn't have a way to get a car. So I was like, why try?
Well, I get your license.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just a fun song. I just remember the music video.
That's
Yeah.
a really interesting fact that I didn't know that you didn't have your license until you're
Yeah.
18. I couldn't wait to get my license when I was 16.
Well, I just knew I wasn't getting a car.
Yeah.
I'd have to get it myself. So I was like, oh, well,
What's
I'm not
the
going to
point? Yeah.
stress myself out about it or anything.
Would it shock you that I didn't pass my driver's test the first time?
I didn't either.
Okay.
So we're on the same page. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't pass the written one the first time, and I didn't pass the actual driving one the first time either.
Yeah, I can't remember the written one. I honestly can't remember, but the physical driving one I didn't pass the first. I remember I was
Yeah.
traumatized.
Yeah.
After I didn't pass the first time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I cried both times and felt like a moron.
Yeah, like a moron.
Yeah.
That's how I felt too. I was so upset that I had to reschedule it, but it was hard to get availability.
Mhm.
I had to drive to another town to take it a second time to get on the calendar. I think
You
I
couldn't
was
wait.
I was so upset that I failed it that I was like, I have to pass this. This
Yeah.
can't be the thing that takes me out. So I was like, I'm gonna go to another city to take it.
Was it easier in the other
So
city?
then I Googled
The easiest
the
city?
cities to take the driving test.
What
in.
did you go to Ohio? I don't even think they have to take it there.
I also don't think they have to take it there in Ohio. I'm sorry if you're from Ohio.
Yeah.
No, I didn't go to Ohio, but I did drive kind of far and go to a more remote area and took it there and I passed.
So was it easier?
Yes.
Okay. Why was it easier?
I just feel like they didn't care as much.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm being
But did you make the same mistake as before when you failed it the first time?
I don't think so. No.
I hit a cone. That's why I failed.
I think because I'm trying, it's coming back to me. It was I didn't stop at a stop. There was a crosswalk and a stop sign. I
Mm.
stopped on the crosswalk, I think, instead of stopping at the stop sign line. And I didn't stop long enough. And the guy was like, you could have killed someone. And it just turned into this whole dramatic thing. And then I cried and then I failed.
Yeah.
But the lady I got it the second time, she was like, can you drive? Yeah. Can you turn on your turn signal? Yeah. Okay, you
Yeah.
can pass,
I feel like they do go easier on you the second time.
Yeah,
For
they do.
sure,
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, my commentary, right?
Yeah. Back to the song commentary. Wait, first of all, though, what age were you when you got your driver's license? 16? Okay,
16.
cool.
I think I took right when I could take the test, the written test, I took it and got my permit, and then right when I could take the driving test, I took it. But I did get a car. But that was also the car. Flash forward, I don't know, a year or so later that got totaled. When I got into a car accident,
Yeah.
and that poor car, I was it was a bright blue car with pink stitching.
Oh my gosh,
it
of
was it
course.
was all the bells and whistles. It had pink steering wheel covers.
Yeah.
It was the cutest car, and then it got totaled.
That's
So
hilarious.
the car didn't last.
I mean, it's not
very long.
hilarious, but it's hilarious how you had it. Of course, it was like that.
Rhinestones.
Right.
I'll have to find a
Oh, you're
picture.
Sparkle Megan.
I like Sparkle Megan.
From
Love is
Love
Blind.
is
Are
Blind.
y'all watching Love is Blind? Sparkle Megan.
We're worried about people in Denver right now.
This is a PSA. If you have a friend in Denver, check on them because they're not okay. Those people aren't okay. Like, for real. Okay, back to the song commentary. So, my commentary on the song is I didn't know the song very well when Brittany picked it out. And so she said it, and I was like, that song sounds familiar. It's like a nostalgia thing, right? Like, I'm sure I heard it in passing or heard it on the radio at some point. The beat sounded familiar when I played it, but I didn't like jam to it. I didn't know the lyrics. I didn't never watch the music video. And so we're sitting in our kitchen and I'm like, let me look up the music video. So I search it and I start watching it. I'm like, this is really interesting. And I have my AirPods in because she was working. And then I start thinking these people are naked in the music video. And how are they running around naked on the streets and just like having a blast with the song? And then so I say to Brittany, I don't think I know this song, but I'm watching the music video and they're naked.
It was very shocking to me to learn that you didn't know and you'd never seen the video.
It never crossed my desk. For my commentary, I decided to look it up. And according to Google AI, which is our new best friend, says Blink-182 is not actually naked in the music video. They wore flesh-colored Speedos to give the illusion of being nude. The director told the band they would run around the town completely naked, and to make it look like they did, they wore the flesh-colored underwear. And that's interesting because I'm like, they did look naked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they really did. So, like, oh, that would still be really uncomfortable. Honestly.
I mean, they looked like they were having a blast, though.
Yeah,
I think it made everybody else uncomfortable. That is like a iconic like music video, and then for that reason,
there's a lot of people online who apparently don't know that they're wearing like skin-colored Speedos because a lot of Reddit forums being like, so where's the uncensored version? I would like to watch that. And I was like, wait a minute.
Well, maybe they want the uncensored, but with the flesh-colored Speedos. Because I mean, okay, I'm not. That's like still going to be rated R.
Yeah, 100%.
In the Speedos, I feel like.
I thought it was interesting, though, too, is that I also read that it said the music video was banned from a lot of networks, and that a lot of networks wouldn't play it when it first came out because it was too controversial. Because the song came out when?
1999.
So I thought that was interesting,
that doesn't surprise me, but yeah, that's funny, though. Yeah.
So that's my commentary. I didn't know the song, and they weren't fully naked. But
now she does know the song, and she loves it, so she can pick her favorite lyric, no context.
Well, it's because I said to Brittany, like, I don't think it's fair to the song because I don't know it to pick a lyric. And Brittany said it's required in this podcast for me to pick a lyric. Right. So we're going to do that.
This is a 2-woman show.
2 women, 2
girls,
mics.
2 lyrics.
So we're moving on to the next segment.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So my favorite lyric, it's towards the end. No one should take themselves so seriously. ... Going to the I never want to act my age. What's my age again? What's my age again? No context. What about you, Lauren?
So my favorite lyric from looking at my lyric list here is my friends say I should act my age. I feel like that's a common
act your age, not your shoe size
saying.
Have you heard that saying?
Yeah. So I'm not surprised, but I thought that lyric was a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. Also, like, encapsulates, is that a word? Yes. It encapsulates the vibe of the song, the whole meaning.
Percent.
Well, really all of the lyrics do. They're kind of all the same. It's just a bunch of crazy antics. We love that. So I was doing shenanigans last night when I was looking up the gifs of the frog twerking for my Instagram story.
Yeah, Brittany found a frog that twerks.
Yeah. I love gifs, like finding the dancing cartoon. You know, kind of like Napoleon Dynamite.
I love Napoleon Dynamite.
But like in frog form. Just follow me on Instagram if you want to see. So anyways, I'll stop blabbing. And now we're on to our main discussion for today's episode topic. Some of you might have guessed based on the title. It's kind of obvious. But today's episode topic is on feeling our age or not so much. So it apparently like varies for everyone. But we're going to talk about that a little bit. Let's just dive in. So I wanted to discuss with you, Lauren, feeling decrepit in our 30s, I should say. Do you feel that way?
Do I feel decrepit?
Yeah. Do you feel like you're aching and your bones and like physically?
Yeah, I feel like after you turn 30, because when you sleep wrong, it hurts to get up.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you're younger, I mean, God, when we were younger, I get 2 hours of sleep. I'd sleep on the floor. I'd be totally fine. Now, if I slept on the floor, I don't know if I'd make it that whole next day.
I literally can't. That's actually funny you say that because I've never been good about sleeping on the floor, especially nowadays. I hate to be that person because I'm a people pleaser. You know, I want to be that person that'll be like, oh no, you sleep on the couch, I'll sleep on the floor or whatever. But it's like, no, I'm sleeping on that couch or on a bed. Like I'm getting a fucking hotel. I can't do this.
100%. Like the other night, I think I slept weird on my pillow and like I woke up and my neck
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, this is going to be all day. I'm going to have to deal with this neck problem. But also, I feel like growing up, I was really nimble, I guess, or I don't know what you would call it because I did gymnastics and cheerleading.
Yeah.
So like now, if I like go to stretch,
It's not the same.
I'm like, wow, I was so flexible. But it's not the same as it used to be.
I feel like I'm still flexible, but I definitely don't stretch enough. If you heard the behind the scenes me getting up from like after we're done recording and my knees are always popping and like things just pop really loud and easily. But I feel like I can still, some people know this about me, but I can like scratch my head like a dog with my foot. So it's like a talent. But I've been doing that since I was a kid because I used to pretend I was a dog. So like I'm still flexible.
I'm just picturing yourself scratching like a dog because
when dogs like they use their hind legs to scratch their ears.
Yes, but I didn't know this about you.
Yeah. I performed it a couple times.
When?
I did it at trivia once. I was drunk. But I mean, like, yeah, like it's just like a thing. I'm going to put it on my resume.
I think I'm extremely flexible for a 30-year-old, you know? But it's like if you told me to do a back handspring right now, it wouldn't be cute.
But you could do it?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, that's awesome. I want to see that.
I mean, yeah, I do feel like it's just different recovery wise. Like now that I work out a lot in my 30s, I feel like I'm so sore after.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I would work out twice a day in college and I wasn't sore at all. Now I'm like, Brittany, I don't know if I can make it up the stairs.
It does get harder.
It does.
Just the recovery process. And especially if you're like me and you take little breaks from the gym for 3 months and then start again for 3 weeks. If you go through that process. But I mean, I definitely noticed when I first start again that it's always so hard.
It's kind of crazy because this is really random. I don't know why I'm sharing this. But growing up, when I would go to cheer competitions, I would always win like best jumps.
Oh.
So I feel like I had to be really flexible. So I took it probably too seriously almost. The fact where it like hurt me when I got older because I do feel like I took it to the extreme. Like I was always working out, always stretching, always like moving my body in crazy positions because that's like the point. When you jump for cheer, if you have it, only certain people have like hip flexors that they can like rotate a certain way, and I just happen to have them, which I feel like one day my hips are gonna blow, but I can rotate my hips like as I jump, so it makes your jump like 10 times
How
bigger.
do we figure out if I have it?
That's your OnlyFans. We can figure that out.
Actually, what's funny though is I can't jump high at all, and it's because I'm flat-footed.
I didn't know that about you.
Tony always tries to like get me to like jump high because he thinks it's funny, but I can't jump.
Literally funny.
I literally can only go like maybe like 2. Well, I can't measure anything.
Me neither. Girl math is like going like this and being like, so how big is it? This big,
I can get like this high. So I mean, I'm like really flat-footed. I'll show you when I scratch myself with my foot. You'll see.
I can probably still do a toe touch. It's not going to be as cute. So
I'm thinking about how this is just like my flex is that I took Taekwondo as a kid.
That's adorable.
So I can do like a roundhouse kick to the face.
Okay.
Pretty well.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So watch out. If
Men.
you ever try to attack me,
Brittany can roundhouse kick you to the face
with my flat foot. It won't hurt probably, but Yeah. I mean, but that's like really the only skill. I did cheer for 1 year. I was in like elementary school.
Yeah.
But I remember I got yelled at because during like a competition, we were supposed to do herkies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do it right or something, or coach was not happy with me. Because I just like fake jumped
instead of doing the actual.
So, but really dropped the ball on that one. So didn't make it to the big leagues. So
it's gonna come back to haunt me one day. The amount of times that like I've been dropped in cheerleading from stunts and stuff, I'm sure it'll come back to haunt me one day.
So, but you recovered quickly, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Like if you did that now, maybe we wouldn't recover as well.
I wouldn't recover as well.
Yeah.
I could just get back up. I'd be hurting. Yeah, I just feel like I've popped a lot of bones and stuff out of place and had to put them back in place. So I'm sure that's how you get arthritis, so that one day it'll be like Lauren was trying to, because I was the flyer, so Lauren would try to twist down and they would just throw her on the ground.
It is interesting to see, like, I mean, not that I'm going to ever like look this up, but it's interesting how the differences between like athletes versus like lazy people like me that are like sedentary, they both are harmful for your body over time, but in different ways. Yeah. Like you're more prone to like big injuries as an athlete. And then when you're sitting on the couch, it's just like you're going to be a humpback one day. So So, yeah. Or a hunchback, not a humpback. My
wish
mind's
you
in the
didn't
gutter. But yeah.
So my question for you though is I was wondering, 'cause since I don't drink as much. So I was curious, do you think drinking now versus drinking back then, do you think it has a different toll on your body? Like, do you feel any
Oh,
different?
yeah.
Like, I don't
My
know.
hangover lasts like 3 days or something.
Okay.
Like, it's insane. Especially, I think I was going too hard last year with my
Yeah.
drinking, and then it was just like really affecting me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just be hungover like crap. I tried to do like dry January this year
Mhm.
for the first time
Mhm.
because I was like, I'm trying to like do a detox because I don't like feeling that way.
Yeah.
I think I did pretty good. My birthday's in January, so I definitely drank on my birthday. I feel like it did help me get started for the year. Sometimes when I drink, I like, even though I'm a lightweight, I try to keep up with people, and it's a bad combination. And yeah, I feel like when you get older, you start learning more about like, okay, don't like drink beer and liquor. I know they always say that, but it does become more important, I think. And also, I've noticed that if I drink cheap liquor, it does make my hangovers worse. So like
Interesting.
now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna spend the money on the Patron, like because like it doesn't.
Because in college, I feel like all we had was cheap
Oh yeah, like
liquor.
Burnett's.
Oh yeah.
God, I can't even drink vodka anymore because of college, but like I can't believe all that stuff I put in my body. But yeah, I was able to recover much quicker back then.
Yeah.
So
But a fun fact about Lauren is she's really good at beer pong.
oh, I didn't know that.
I know.
That's fun.
Yeah, I used to always win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really good at cornhole and I'm really good at beer pong.
Oh, nice.
I don't know, I guess it's something about throwing something into something.
I'm okay at beer pong. I didn't play it a lot though. I think if I played it more often, I'd be a lot better. And I'm really good at cup pong, the app. When you just like swipe or whatever. There's a lot of fun games. You can play Battleship, Putt Pong, Arts, and you don't even have to go out.
You can just stay at home.
You can drink at home,
And
have a
play.
beer at home, play by yourself.
Watch Love is Blind.
Yeah. Have something on in the background like Love is Blind. That makes you want to drink more. Yeah.
Most people need.
Do you feel like if you had to rate your fatigue or your aging level, do you feel like it fits in with your age or do you feel like it's above or below?
I know what you mean. Like, how am I feeling versus my age?
Yeah. Do you feel older than what you are or do you feel like physically? I'm just talking physically.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Do you feel younger than what you are?
I feel like I feel a little younger than what I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Although it's kind of interesting. Everyone says that I have a baby face being a lawyer.
Yeah.
In a man's field. I would go to regulatory meetings and they would turn to the man and talk to the man. And I'd be like, oh, that's funny. Actually, I'm in charge. Nice to meet you. And they'd be like, how old are you?
Yeah.
And so I feel like people seem surprised that I'm in my 30s. But honestly, how I feel like my age, if not a little younger, I think. Like, you know, knock on wood. Honestly, they say you stop counting your age after you turn 30. Like,
I feel like that did
you hit your 30th birthday, and then every year it's like, how old am I?
Yeah.
Like, it's just not as, like, you turn 21, you turn 25, you turn 30. It's so fun. And then it's like.
Then you get scared. You get scared of looking.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, of course I
31's
feel.
so young still, though.
Yeah, I feel older than I did. Like, I feel older than 21, you know? I just feel like I also feel okay, you know, for my age.
Maybe I just like felt it one day and I was like, man, we need to talk about our age or something and like feeling like decrepit because like to me, I do feel that way a bit. Like it's because I work from home. I think it's because I'm like sitting a lot and
Sedentary,
it's like and like and you know, my back like it needs popped like every other day.
Pop, lock, and drop.
Just raise the roof
Pop,
and you'll feel
lock,
better.
and drop.
Yeah. So, but overall, I feel like when I am on top of like, working out and stuff, I feel a lot better. When I take my multivitamin, but it's been a minute. Sorry, I've been bad about that recently.
I take a lot of vitamins.
We're at the age we take vitamins.
What I will say though is working from home. I think that's a big thing for everyone though, because when I was going into the office every day, I was living in Charlotte. I would have to park and I'd have to walk my ass like miles to get to my office building and go up we were on like the 30th floor. I'd have to like hike up there and then I'd walk around all day during work. Then we would go for lunch and we'd walk to lunch with like a group of people and you were just always moving. And then I'd get home late at night and then I'd have to fit the gym in the morning and I feel like you were go, go, go nonstop. And then it switched really quick. And you work from home, you roll out of bed, you go to your office, which is downstairs, you take 5 steps to get there. You sit all day on Zoom calls, all day. Sometimes you get up and pace around for lunch and then you sit back down. So we were having this conversation not that long ago at my old job of, do you think working from home has like affected your body at all? Because everyone's like, I feel really sore just sitting all day, you know? And like
you're gonna become a humpback.
yeah, a humpback. Think of a humpback.
The humpback of Notre Dame.
But there have been studies done now that like is the new smoking, you know, like because
Oh God.
there's these studies that, because I'm like really nerdy
What
into
happens
this
if
stuff.
you do both? No, I'm just kidding.
Then you're really screwed. You're really fucked. No, they're doing these studies because smoking is becoming cool again, which is interesting.
Like cigarettes?
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like for a while it wasn't cool, but now kids are thinking smoking is cool again. I think the tobacco companies are upset about the vape companies. It's a long story. Anyways, there's been these studies done where sitting is the new smoking because smoking affects your body so much that it like really progresses it fast. And now that we're sitting and we're hereditary, that's not the word. Sedentary all day.
Yeah. Although I think my sedentary is hereditary.
That it's
Sedimentary.
yeah, and that it's really affecting our bodies. Like our bodies are slowly like just being decrepit, has slowly like it used to be when we were older, like that became a thing, but now that we're younger and we're sitting all day and working from home, it's like becoming quicker. It's affecting like, I thought those studies were really interesting, and it made me think like working from home now, I try to like get up and like take a walk when I'm on a meeting, or, you know, do some sort of movement throughout the day.
My therapist has recommended that if you're like working like an hour, right? At the end of the hour, before the 10 minutes are up or whatever, then you just like get up and move
and stretch and move around.
Yeah, walk around, whatever.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a rampage.
No, it's important to talk about that because I think that is a big reason. Because I was looking up on like Reddit or something about this. It was just talking about how like more so than your age, like what your lifestyle's like is what really makes you feel like a certain age, basically.
Yeah, I agree. And I will say it's hard to form a habit. And I think it's easy to get into a routine and the same routine. And like working from home, I think there's pros and cons to everything. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I get that. But we're not here to talk about that. But what I will say is that I do, speaking of my age and like feeling my age, is like I do feel a difference than when I sit all day and like work from home, rather than when I do get, even if some stretching or some small movement in, I feel better. I feel lighter.
Lauren inspires me. She does the walking vest and I bought one and I'm gonna use it soon more often.
Yeah.
Are you still going?
Yeah, it's been raining a lot in Charleston on and off. I think it's supposedly we're out of hurricane season, but you know, it still rains here all the time. So I have like a cycling Peloton bike. When it rains, I do the Peloton bike. They have some like club vibes, 2000 like club mixes that they do. But yes, I like walking with my weighted vest too. It's really fun. But anyways, yeah. Well, do you feel your age then?
I'm 32. I feel like how do I answer this question? I feel like maybe it could be a mental thing, but it feels physical a lot. Like I feel like kind of, it really varies though each day. And it does like depend on how my lifestyle is going at the time for sure. But I do feel like because I do sit a lot for work, I feel like I'm like hunched over.
Yeah.
Humped over.
Yeah. Humped over.
I get humped over all the time. I think it's just because my posture is really bad and I got like a posture corrector that I used for a while, but it's like, you know, my problem also is just like being consistent, you know, making good habits. So like, you know,
they say like what you eat too, like affects your age too, which I know we're both like conscious.
But for the majority of my life, I wasn't. And just because that was never a thing, I think, where I came from, it depends on what household you grow up in as well. And where I'm from is like lower income. So it's like sometimes you eat just what you can afford. But I didn't realize how damaging that stuff was until I really looked into it.
Did you read a book?
I did. I read a book. Well, I've read a couple books on this.
I think that you mentioned one to me one time.
Well, there's this one book I have. It's like 21 nutrients for like brain health. It's like a cookbook, but it has a lot of information. So yeah, I read that. I learned a lot about using foods for fuel and for certain things, because that's also the problem with eating junk food is there's just no nutrition. So I have that book. And then there's also the book, I think it's called Salt, Sugar, and Fat.
I've heard of that one.
Because I really did a deep dive at one point. It was during COVID. And, you know, because we were in a lot.
I don't know. I'm sitting here trying to think if it was in high school or beginning of college. I took a nutrition class. I just signed up because it was like filling a credit Brittany, you don't understand. This lady was crazy. I will never look at nutrition or food the same. Like, she was scary. Her antics were to scare you about nutrition, you know? Like, really put the fear into you. Because we were young, you know, to get people to listen.
Yeah.
It worked really well.
I would be scarred for life.
And so I'll never forget, I like came home one day and I looked in our fridge and I literally said, we need to get rid of all of this. Like, this is going to kill us. Like, we need to change. So now, ever since that day I came home, I never like eat certain things. Like, I'm better at it now. But back then, for like a small chunk of time, I was so particular about my nutrition that like now I think twice before I eat things. But then there's a balance. Like, you have to live your life and like enjoy life. You like, life is short. Eat what you want, have fun. It's all about balance. But she was like really impactful. I think our whole class was like, wow, okay. I didn't expect to get so much out of a like 1 credit class.
Do you think everyone was scared?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know how to explain it. It's just her antics. Like, she did a really good job of scaring people. My second point was when you mentioned about like physical versus mental. I do think that's an interesting concept. I hadn't thought of that before. But for me, it's like physically, I guess I feel okay rather than, you know, my aches and stuff. But I do think it's a mental thing too, because I think it freaks me out sometimes that I'm in my 30s for no particular reason. It's just like I feel like I was 18 yesterday, or I was 21 yesterday, or we were in law school yesterday, you know, that it is sometimes a mental thing too that has an impact, I guess, on how you feel and your aging and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, your outlook on how you view age is important, I think, too. But because like some people, and I'm part of this crew, I've done this before, is what I'm saying, is that like, oh, like I'm so old, like, you know, like, and like
all the
sometimes
time.
it's just a joke.
It is,
but
yeah.
but sometimes I really do feel
like
that way though. Like,
it's funny though, because when it comes from like us, we're like, you're not that, and people say that to us, like, you're not that old. But I don't know, just the other day, Justin Bieber's new song about Jimmy Neutron, and no one knows who Jimmy Neutron is, and I'm like, wow. There are moments like that, like just old songs come on and people have never heard them, or
like
movies,
What's My Age Again,
or Napoleon Dynamite. Seriously though, like I think there was a meme that was like, what the fuck is this? And like someone had on Napoleon Dynamite. I was like, that shit was gold back in the day. So like then I feel old.
That is really hard. Actually, so I was like looking up streaking because it was like talking about the the music video or whatever. And it's just funny because I was thinking about the fact that like younger generations probably don't even know what that is. And they probably just think it's like Snapchat streaks. But
Snapchat streaks, that's it.
but I feel like I definitely noticed a shift whenever like it started to be like, oh, like people don't know what I'm talking about.
I noticed a shift too. And now I'm like, well, people don't know what a flip phone is.
To be fair, we don't know what 6'7" is either.
If someone can explain it to me in like the most 2-year-old version, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, because I've had it explained and I still like I went through one ear and out the other.
Like 6'7", 6'7", and I'm like 5, 6, 7, 8. But I do think it's funny that all the millennials are like 6'7", and they're like 17, 38.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey,
We're
what's up?
back.
Hello.
Our numbers are bigger. But yeah, there's definitely like that. I guess you would call that like social, like awareness of being old.
Social age.
Social age. Yeah,
that's how I feel.
Okay, well, the philosophical question that I had for today was, how does plastic surgery and cosmetic enhancement help with the mindset? Well, one of the things I saw when I was looking up about whether or not our age group, like our generation, if we were aging faster than like other generations, like the ones below us, the ones above us. In my mind, because of the way I feel like with my back, like I think like, you know, we must be like aging faster because I also thought maybe because we are a unique generation and like the internet came out and like we've had a lot of like trauma, financial debt and things that are like really stressful. Like in my mind, I was thinking like, yeah, we probably are. But according to Google AI, we are not. We are actually like aging slower than even Gen Z, which is kind of interesting. But one of the reasons why they mentioned though was about like cosmetic surgery or like, you know, doing things. There's more stuff available now to I guess look younger.
Sure.
Because I was more of just talking about in general your actual body, not your like features. But I guess that's part of aging too, like getting wrinkles and things like that. But do you have any opinions on that? Do you think that does help with mindset. I'm assuming that has to be the reason. Like,
I think
because,
so.
yeah.
I
Like,
think so, because I'm a really big pro of, like, do whatever makes you feel good, do whatever
yeah.
makes you happy. Like, I know some people are, like, really against
Mhm.
plastic surgeries or Botox or things like that, and some people are really for it. I'm just really pro whatever you wanna do, whatever
Mhm.
makes you happy, because I
Mhm.
do think if it makes you more confident, if it changes your mindset, if it makes you feel better, great, you should do it. If you hate it and you want to leave yourself alone, that's great too, but you shouldn't judge people for choosing either one, because I do think it's, like, a personal choice and decision. But I think the more happy and confident you feel, the better outlook you have and the better mindset you have. So if something like this helps, and there is more stuff available nowadays, like so much stuff, but I do think it makes a difference.
Mhm.
And speaking from someone who's had Botox before and for different reasons, for jaw pain, for headaches,
Mhm.
there's a lot of medical reasons to get it, but also doing beauty pageants growing up and being a part of that community, there is a lot of pressure to look a certain way. For example, when I was younger, I hated that I had red hair because all of my friends had different color hair. My family at the time was like, you don't need to change who you are as a person, but if it makes you feel better about yourself, then we'll do that. And so I went blonde for the longest time, but I was when I was young. Like, I mean, I was
Mhm.
young when I went blonde. I mean, it's something so simple that can like change your mindset on things, but I think people have to choose what works for them. I'm pro
I
whatever.
think it's good that people have choices on
Yeah.
that. Like, it's like nobody's forced into doing
Mhm.
it. And then, I mean, it's all about each person's, because everybody has a different background too, and like what makes them insecure, because it matters about your mindset.
It does.
And was actually like, it's funny you brought up the pageant thing, because I also was thinking just about like this discussion in Hollywood and like how like some people, because I've read some articles like, about there's certain older celebrities that are,
Mhm.
really making a point to get cosmetic,
Facelifts and
enhancements
stuff.
and
Yeah.
things like that. And then there's some others that are really outspoken and adamant about not doing that and like aging like how they're supposed to and everything. I see it from both sides. I feel like I'm probably more on the other side of like just aging naturally. I guess, like, in my head, like, it's not like I'm not insecure about those things, though. Like, oh, yeah, like, of course. Like, I just feel like it hasn't been, like, something that I've been willing to, like, spend money on, or because I feel like if I think about it too much, it's really gonna eat at my life for me personally. But
Well, I think society and culture has an impact on like women looking a certain way,
they do.
especially with social media and stuff. And, I think it gets to you. So growing up in the spotlight, I guess you could say, it has an impact. Like everyone judges women, everyone thinks they should look a certain way. And over the
Mhm.
years, that's changed and things like that. And that's why I think cut women slack sometimes. We're doing the best we can, but there is a lot of pressure out there to compare yourself and comparison and looking a certain way. Even like Brittany brought up celebrities. I mean, now it's been all over the media right now with Taylor Swift and how she looks a little bit different in the last few interviews, and people are speculating that she's gotten some work done. And I'm like, leave that poor girl alone. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, everyone's doing the best they can, and maybe she did get some work done, and hopefully she feels better about that. But that's her choice. And then, like Brittany said, there's people outspoken, like, well, she should just not do that to herself. I can see both sides. She is people like she's an influence on younger girls, and I'm like, so are a lot of celebrities, and I think we're all just people at the end of the day. But yeah, I do think that's like culture and society is an interesting point.
I also people are really quick to judge about those things. Nobody should really be able to dictate how like somebody looks. Like, you don't own a celebrity,
Yeah,
especially. I feel like maybe my mindset would be a little bit different if I was like rich and like had
sure,
the money to get procedures done,
sure.
because like there's been so many times where I'm like, oh my God, I wish I could just like lose the weight like with the snap of a finger.
Finger.
Like just like I feel like maybe because I've never like felt it was an option. Like I just kind
Yeah.
of like accepted the other
It's
way.
also like
Like
what's available to you,
yeah,
and what's
yeah.
available to people. Celebrities have more available to them than the average person. I get that though, because someone who struggles about spending, money on things. I think it's something that I told myself that if I work this hard to get this far to have the money, and if it's something small that no
Mhm.
one else might notice, but it makes me feel better about myself. But you know what? If that gives me a little bit more happiness or confidence, and that could be something as simple as getting your hair cut or getting Botox or whatever it is, that like sometimes you gotta do that little bit for yourself and put yourself first. And I think people struggle with that with like
Mhm.
life these days. I was just gonna say this is kind of funny. growing up, I was on stage a lot and I was doing a lot of pageants. Under pressure and lights, I definitely sweat, and I think it's like a
I'm a sweater
hereditary
too.
thing.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a confidence thing. It really ate at me. And so I used to get Botox in my underarms to like close my sweat glands so I wouldn't sweat. And I used to do that on a regular basis for a really long time. But it's just one of those like, random things.
See, if I had known that that was an option or that was a thing, I probably would have like also
My insurance covered it.
that is like an interesting concept just to know that that's like something that because I
Yeah.
never knew until you had told me that story. I think that's like the thing about some of these procedures like Botox. I think people know more about it now. I just have heard that a lot of times it's not even necessarily for cosmetic reasons. It's
Mhm.
for like type of physical
Yeah.
actual like problem that you may have that it can help.
Which is crazy because I think it's like cool that like nowadays I guess medical stuff has gotten that far. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I have extremely tight jaw muscles, like compared to
Mhm.
the average person. So like getting Botox in your jaw muscles, like I can't tell you how night and day difference it feels. I feel like a brand new
Mm.
person. The grinding my teeth, holding my teeth at night, so different.
Yeah. Well, I do want to say that I feel like it's the culture you're around too. Celebrities, like it's so much more accepted. Maybe not by the general public,
Mhm.
but I feel like it's just a thing. That would be a lot of pressure. I always like imagine myself as a celebrity and I'm like, yeah, like if I had the money, I probably would like fall in line with all of that. But I
100%.
wouldn't want it to be a situation where like, this is the thing that I would be scared about. I wouldn't want it to be something to where I felt like I wasn't myself anymore, like I didn't look like myself anymore. Do you think that there's a limit for looking younger?
So they call it, I've done a lot of research on this kind of stuff, but beauty enhancement bias. So if you have like a really good place you go to, a really good injectors, they will be like, "Hey, you don't like trust me, I know you think you do. Just because a celebrity has lip injections or whatever it is, your lips are actually bigger than the average person's lips. And like
Mm.
you're just they biased that you see yourself that you don't look exactly like that or whatever it is. And so there are a little like great people out there to like help you navigate those waters. But once you start with cosmetic procedures, there are a lot of women who talk about how it's like addicting and it's really hard
Like getting it
to
like getting tattoos, I've heard.
yeah,
Like,
it's really
is it
hard to
like
stop.
similar, you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard to stop once
Yeah.
you start. Not that there's anything wrong with either way. I mean, I think, but I do think that it can turn into an addiction.
Yeah. Yeah, but, like, that's, like, my thing with, like what I was saying earlier, feeling kind of more like, more on the, like, aging naturally type of thing is, like, I feel like sometimes if you get too obsessive about it, about the cosmetic stuff, maybe it's, like, not really about just tweaking some things, maybe it's more about, like, doing some self-talk, gaining some self-love, like, on your own, which I feel like is also really important for the mindset going forward. And
Yeah.
I've had to do the same thing, but with other insecurities and stuff. But I'm also low self-confidence and like doing things that make you feel better.
I do think there's a difference when you have some self-reflectiveness done and like you work on yourself and your own confidence on your own and who you are as a person versus someone who's trying to fix all of that. But I do think I agree. I do think like you need to like also have a mixture of like mental health work mixed with like how to make yourself feel better physically and mentally. And I do think that makes you a stronger person at the end of the day. But I also am very pro I mean, I love hair, I love makeup, and I love procedures and trying new things, so
Mhm.
I'm very pro that stuff too.
Yeah. Like, just have always been more on the other side of things, but not like in a judgmental way. Just like for me personally, like, I will say though, I'm a K-pop person. So I've learned a lot about like Korea and everything. And like, you probably have heard of this, but there's a lot of like plastic surgery that goes on
Mhm.
in South Korea. It's kind of like next level. There's been like before and after pictures of like the K-pop idols, and they're really young, but they'll get like their chins like
Mhm.
sawed off and like their double eyelids. I just sometimes when I see the before and after pictures it just looks like a totally different person, and I guess I just feel kind of weird about that. I mean, I guess if you hate how you look, it's like it makes sense, but like, it just like
Someone who's chased, like, having issues running from who I am like, as a person for a really long time, and doing all the things. I think in my 30s, I've never felt more, like, confident and better in myself than being able to say, like, I worked on myself, but also, like, doing the things that I wanna do for me to, like, make me feel better about myself and make me more confident in my ways of choosing what I wanna do to, like, have done. But I can understand where those people are coming from in a lot of ways. I think it is really hard to, like, know where the balance is because it is really hard to do the self-work to be confident in yourself, and if you see it's easy to change something that would make you feel better, I think a lot of people lean in that direction, especially, like, people who are more in the spotlight and judged more about it. I think that is a really hard thing to figure out and work on. I think you should be happy with yourself, but I also, am pro figuring out what that means for you because I think it means something different for everyone.
I think my opinion is just I think everyone should have the right to choose what they want to do. And I also think that even if you don't choose that, like you're beautiful regardless, or we should all find ways to feel beautiful
Mhm.
regardless. So
Well,
that's just how
because
I feel.
I honestly think I always receive the highest scores from the interview portion of the competition, which all the girls would be like, I don't get it. How are you scoring so high in the personality portion? And I think sometimes like your beauty comes out in your personality. Like we're watching Love is Blind, falling in love with someone without seeing them, and
Right.
meeting their personality, figuring out who they are as a person. Like sometimes that's almost like a deeper, thing that a lot of people are struggle with, and I get that. But I do think like your personality is beauty too and like being who you are as a person. It's not all about, what you look like.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's all about like having the confidence and like happy and like loving yourself, doing the things that make you feel like loved,
Yeah.
and self-love and all that kind of stuff.
I agree. Besides like physical looks, like in terms of like our skin and things like that, how do you feel about like an 88-year-old woman wearing booty shorts?
That's an interesting question.
'Cause it's like, some people that are older who try to dress younger, and maybe that'll be me one day.
88-year-old wearing booty shorts.
Yeah, at the nursing home,
You know what?
picking out my wedgie.
As you
I'll probably have
know,
a diaper on, but
we'll probably have a joint room where we'll both have diapers on. And
yeah.
we'll both wearing like booty shorts and crop
Maybe
tops.
by then they'll have booty short diapers.
Jamming to Russ, and Russ will be our age, and he's still coming out with music. And it's funny you say that because I do feel like a lot of people get judged, like dress your age, kind of thing. And us being in our profession, like dress like your profession. You have to look and dress a certain way. And so I do think that's really interesting. I think as women too, we get judged more for dressing a certain way. But I'm all for like wear what makes you happy and like be who you want to be and be comfortable because I'm in my 30s and there are sometimes I pick out an outfit and I'm like, is that too young looking? Should I be dressing like I'm in my 30s? I know that's like a mindset thing, but sometimes I think about it.
Yeah.
It's true. But I'm like, hey, whatever floats your boat.
I just like I can't stand, and this I think comes from like just like my mindset. Like, I can't stand like feeling uncomfortable in my clothes. And like unfortunately, I feel like the clothes that I do feel comfortable in are kind of still more like 90s type of vibe. Oversized t-shirts, like things like that. So yeah, it's like I have no idea how I'm gonna dress when I'm like 80 because like it'll probably just be some kind of like shirt that has like a funny saying on it or something. So yeah. But also Gen Z or the younger generation, they're dressing so much older than we dressed when we were kids. They look like
Wow.
young adults. They
Our
dress
girl-
better than me.
Yeah. If you looked at a picture of me when I was a kid and a picture of them,
Yeah.
it's like night and day different. You would think it's like 10 generations apart or
Yeah.
something. It's kind of
I
wild.
always love seeing those TikToks where it's like the home videos that we used to
Oh
make
my
versus
gosh.
like the TikTok dances
that
that
they make now. But I do think it's really hard to find your personal style because I do think as we get older, it gets harder to like, figure it out,
but yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if I saw an 88-year-old woman in booty shorts, I probably would judge them a bit. But at the same time, we'd probably be friends. So, if I could get my grandma to twerk, that would be amazing. She'd probably throw her back out.
I think
But I'm going to try whenever I'm older.
twerking.
I'm always going to try to be like how I've been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why not?
I think it's important to like have fun even when
Yeah.
you're 88, and
Yeah.
enjoy life.
Twerking in my diaper.
I mean,
If I could have done that as an infant, I would have, but I didn't know what twerking was. It wasn't a thing.
when did twerking become a thing?
I think it was definitely when we were during our lifetime.
That's funny. I've never seen you twerk though, so
I can wall twerk. don't ask me to do it on TikTok or OnlyFans.
Well, it's for OnlyFans, not for TikTok.
I haven't done it in a while, but I have honed that skill in the past. Like, I've been told several times that I don't act my age, like that I act younger or whatever. Like, it did bother me for a time, and then that's when I started, I think, getting really quiet. Like, I wasn't like as like extroverted, and I'm not really an extrovert anyways, but like I feel like there was a time where I was more outspoken, class clown, superlative, like type of deal. But then people would just say things to me like, oh, like literally one of my teachers wrote in my yearbook, "Get serious."
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And I don't want to, sir. But, at the time it did really impact me. So I was just like, okay, well, fuck me, I guess. Nowadays, though, I've kind of embraced it. This is me. I guess I won't ever act my age because I'm just always going to have like the stuffed animals and, just kind of a playful attitude, I guess, about things. So
that's the fun part, though, is like you can't ever be too serious in life. You have to have fun moments too. I think like we both like enjoy the playfulness of things and like having fun. We can just like laugh for hours about nothing. So I think that makes like friendships in your 30s more fun. All those sayings of like when you're in your 30s, you're just more confident, don't give a fuck about anything anymore, and you just know who you are and like take it or leave it kind of thing. People get in their 30s and they're like, fuck it. I'm in my 30s now, and so people say it's like the best years of your life. I do think it's a lot of fun, knowing who you are and enjoying.
I do feel like we're at that age where it's like we're old enough to not give a fuck anymore. Yeah. So that is one of the best parts, I think, about being in your 30s. But
it's been life-changing to start social media in your 30s and start a podcast in your 30s.
It's a learning curve.
It's humbling, let me tell you. Yeah. But it's really rewarding and really fun. And it's a cool, like, creative outlet because we both like creative outlets. So I think it's been something that's, like, really awesome to, like, learn and do it. But it is hard.
Don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home. But one day when we have 10 million followers, we'll put this clip up and be like, was it hard?
And like one day we may be doing the podcast in the nursing home.
And while we're twerking in our diapers.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have hired somebody to help by then.
Hopefully we have like an editor and like an assistant and all the things.
But you can talk at any age.
but in our 80s we'll be able to still be talking about these things.
It'll just be us repeating the same things
over and over. With our loyal fans.
What'd you say?
We're gonna be like have all the people in the nursing home like in the common area. Yeah. And they'll be like, wait for our live podcast.
People will be falling asleep really quick. Yeah.
Oh, that'll be good.
It'll be fun. We'll have to take more breaks to use the bathroom.
Diapers.
Well, I'm not gonna pee on camera. I'm sorry. That's for OnlyFans maybe when I'm 80.
Is it the kind of content people want in their 80s?
You all tell me. Because what's funny is like when we are at that age, like, but then there's going to be some new technology that came out that we're not going to understand.
They're going to be explain to me the Facebook app.
Yeah. It's just like all a big cycle.
It is.
Everyone's like going through it. So anyways, that was it for the discussion. I have another segment. So shorties, we're going to our next segment, which is like kind of like a show and tell situation. It's going to be something related to the topic, but kind of informational, but fun. So this one is about streaking since it's relevant to the song and music video, but also I feel like it's relevant because it doesn't happen anymore. Like there was literally an article online because I was just like looking, you guys wouldn't believe my Google search for this, but like the article online was called The Decline of Streaking, and I couldn't read the whole thing because you had to pay for it, and I'm not going to fall into that trap. But it was like the headline was naked runners used to disrupt events seemingly all the time. Why'd they stop? Because I feel like kids these days don't even really know the concept of streaking because I feel like it's never talked about. I never see anyone run naked anymore, like on television.
It used to be at like sports games, right?
Yeah, that was like what it was. Apparently I was looking up online, and this really applies to America, but I was looking up online about why it's not a thing anymore, and there were a couple reasons. So I guess part of it, because it is like a thing particularly related to sports. Like that's been like a historical thing, like not just in America, like all over the world. I guess nowadays they aren't given any attention. So even if it happens, the cameras don't film it. They don't put it on the news
Yeah.
anymore. So like, I guess because like part of streaking is for that reason, you're kind of like being a rebel, but also being like exhibitionist. Is that like
makes
the
sense.
type? So that's part of it. Another part of it that like I kind of get it, but it's kind of like, wow, that's definitely a big deterrent is that apparently now if you streak in public, it's not like just public decency issue. It's like you get
Public
listed as a sex offender on
Okay.
for life, basically.
Well, yeah, I feel like any sort of public exposure these days, you get listed as a sex offender.
Well, I didn't know that. Like I was asking like about I was asking Google about like, you know, what's the punishment for streaking? It's like, you know, if you're like streaking, it could just be like a year in jail. But like if you do it in front of a child, then it's like up to 15 years.
Yeah.
So, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But it was funny because some of the people on Reddit were like, wow, Americans like are such prudes, like they don't appreciate nudity.
Well, there
Which
are a
is
lot of like nude beaches in other countries.
But it is so funny. America's just like considered like it's wild over here.
Yeah.
But when it comes to nudity, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Would you go to a nude beach?
Yeah, sure. I don't know if I'd be nude, but I'd go and watch other people. Does that sound creepy? I'd wear some flesh colored underwear.
I've never understood you more in my entire life than right now. It all makes sense now. That really closed the loop. Well, you know.
I feel like I'd go to an elderly one to see what would happen. Like if you're just like trying to prepare for what your body is going to look like one day to see how low things hang. I feel like I would go at least once in my life though, at some point in my life. What about you? Okay. I also want to add this before you answer. I would go nude on a nude beach when I'm older because who gives a fuck at that point? You know what I mean? Nobody's going to want to take a picture of it. Would you go to a nude beach? Have you been to one?
No, I've never been to a nude beach, but I have friends who have been to nude beaches. I don't have any desire to go to a nude beach. It's not on like my bucket list. So I don't know. Who are we going with? Are we just going with each other or like you going by yourself?
Like
I feel like if like me and a friend were like, let's go check out a nude beach for fun.
You just want to see me naked.
It's fine.
Are you asking me to go to a nude beach?
I always wanted that OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They probably make a killing. They probably have their own, like each beach has their own OnlyFans
Fans account? I'm gonna say, I feel like because one of the things that like was always asked, like, where's the craziest place you've had sex? And a lot of people say the beach, which I had no idea was like a really top rated place to have sex. I feel like that's a lot of sand, getting a lot of area.
Yeah, I get annoyed with sand. I don't think I would want to do that. Yeah.
I feel like that would be uncomfortable, but apparently it's a really top.
Do you think that there's more men than women on the nude beaches?
I think it depends on where and the beach in general, but I do think that there was more men from the feedback I've heard.
I feel like men are more inclined to streak as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because they have less things bouncing around.
Men, are
you okay? This is not a man-hating podcast.
No, it is a man-hating
I need to keep telling myself that.
It is a man-hating podcast. Damn it. No, men, are you okay?
No.
No, they're not.
I didn't mean to say no. I wasn't speaking for men.
But I feel like men think that everyone wants to see them naked.
I think it's more about their like feeling good. And I think honestly it comes from like years, and I don't think it's just like, I think it's like years and years, like back to the like, you know, okay, I know mythology is not real, but I do think it's like, you know, back in that like time, it's like, you know, that was the way to like
present yourself.
I wish we had something like that, something on our body that we could just be like, it's me, I'm here. You know, I'm gonna have to figure that out before I go to the nude beach.
Oh God, road trip.
So I wonder, like, so I guess if somebody's running on the nude beach, it's not considered streaking.
I guess not, because nudity's allowed.
Like, what if somebody's playing beach volleyball?
But they do, like, they do everything a regular beach does. It's just naked.
So it's not streaking if you're running around naked at the nude beach.
That's allowed. So
that makes it not fun, in my opinion. I feel like I've always like thought of myself streaking. I know that sounds weird, but like whenever it was like discussed, I've thought about how liberating that would feel to not care about it.
To not care.
Yeah. And just like run and like not care what people are thinking about it. They do that on Bad Girls Club. Not streaking, but they'll like just jump in the pool naked.
Yeah. Well, and like
and,
Vanderpumps, they jump in the ocean naked.
Yeah. Like, and
just
so
not giving a fuck.
Like I think I aspire to be that level of unbothered.
Yeah.
You know? So
I think most people do. Inspire to be that level of unbothered. Have you ever jumped in a pool naked or anything?
No,
No?
no one's ever invited me.
Okay.
I feel like I would, but I also like really do like being clothed, I will say. Like I'm not one of those people, like how people like when they're
Yeah.
at home they're
Yep.
walking around
Yeah,
naked or whatever.
naked. Yeah.
But I really do enjoy wearing clothes. Like so that's just how I feel. I
Yeah.
mean, like I don't judge anyone that's different, but it's just funny because I'm talking about going to a nude beach, but like really it's not my personality type, but I do think I'll be just one of these days.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I'm really glad we got that information.
We want to see you naked.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I don't walk
Paint me
around.
like one of your French girls.
Oh my god, that's something I've always thought about there, like being a nude model.
Oh yeah.
That would be cool. As much as I say that, where I'm like, okay, I don't want to go to a nude beach, but I'd be a nude model. I don't know. I feel like, well, now I lost my train of thought.
So sex offenders. That's what will happen to you if you streak in America nowadays. And so there was something that I found from Google AI that I wanted to like read. Like so I was trying to look up statistics on this once I found out about the fact that like you can be on the sex offender registry from streaking. Like I asked Google what percentage of sex offenders are like listed because they were streakers. And Google said an AI overview is not available for the search. So, FBI or whoever's watching, we need your help. There has to be a statistic somewhere. Then I was also looking up what's the country that has like the most streakers. And then again, Google AI was like, well, that can't be. That's nobody has a record of that. Like they're not keeping track of how many streakers. But
We should have
apparently,
asked ChatGPT.
well, you know what? I don't have it. So I should have thought of that. But it was saying that there are some countries like Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom that have a history of notable streaking incidents at sporting events.
Makes
So,
sense, yeah.
yeah, at cricket and rugby especially. Probably
I've heard
because
that cricket shit gets wild.
well, I feel like cricket's probably really boring. So, like, what
You
else
gotta
are you
do
gonna do?
something, yeah.
You gotta do something
it
to keep
lively.
it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we bring streaking back to America, let's do it to golf.
Please.
Like whenever the golf
Please.
is happening. And we'll do a golf clap. I don't know. I really do think like streaking should come back. Just change the rules. Like, come on. It's fun. It's good natured.
Yeah.
Who cares if you see
Golf needs some excitement.
You can see a ding along anywhere.
I mean, you really can these days. There's OnlyFans.
And honestly, when someone's like running naked, you're not thinking about it like that.
Yeah.
You're just like that's like
you can even get like unprompted.
that's like a gazelle. It's like a wild animal. Just it's just galloping along. Yeah, it's like a creature. Like at that point, you're a creature.
You're in the wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
I personally love random things and just like things that are unexpected. So for me, I wish that streaking would come back. Especially because like I didn't get a good look the first time I saw it. So
Yeah.
I need to be an adult now.
You get a better look.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
So whoever in our audience is gonna volunteer as tribute, we'll find someone to get you off that list.
Yeah, I have some connections. We can figure that out. I have some connections in the legislature so we can get some new laws passed. They owe me some favor.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I didn't think this was gonna be the favor.
Well,
but...
whenever they're going to the fucking can't talk. When they're going to the legislator to like get a fucking Taylor Swift day or whatever, it's like why not petition for streaking? Let's start a petition online.
But yeah, there's petitions out there for everything, so you can start whatever you want. I think we'd get a lot of signatures.
I think so too. I think especially once we get Gen Z on board, tell them what streaking is and be like, don't you think this sounds like something that we need in this world, especially in America right now? We need more streakers. It's very sad over here.
It's very sad over here. We need some enjoyment.
But,
oh my god.
One more funny thing from the Reddit forum or whatever I was Googling about reasons why streaking is no longer a thing. Somebody said this on Reddit. I thought it was funny. They said climate change. It's too hot, guys.
You're gonna get burnt.
Although you wouldn't have a tan line, but you would be probably like a
That's
red
what people-
lobster. So it is a real thing, even though I
is.
thought it was a funny thing, like saying climate change, but like
It's
honestly, if you
hilarious,
think about
though,
the sun
yeah.
exposure thing, it's actually pretty
But
serious.
yeah, but you're not streaking for that long, so you can take the
So.
sun for a few minutes before you're tackled.
But the good news is now you can streak in October.
Golf season?
Maybe I don't know. I think golf season's all the time.
Okay, so
like,
you got all year round.
yeah. Can you imagine streaking at a hockey tournament?
That would be
funny.
wild.
On skates.
Slating.
Slating. Man, I wish I had prepared a list of all the sports and that's my hot take for today about, we should bring streaking back.
Because they said we were watching a video and they were like one of the exes getting asked for nude pictures.
Yeah. I guess we could talk about it in the sense that related to today's topic about like what's my age again. I do have a couple questions because we're talking about nudity and we're talking about aging and stuff, and it's like I wonder at what point are you too old to do nude pics or send them
I was wondering that too.
unsolicited or otherwise?
Yeah.
And then also like is that going to be a thing at our nursing home one day? Because we're going to have our cell phones, obviously.
Yeah. I mean,
We can't live without them. But I don't think I'm going to be doing it at 80. Unless if I'm going through a like crisis or I don't know. But then again, there's a lot of things that I'm like, okay, I'm going to save that till I'm 80. Like, just
Yeah.
doing something really reckless that'll, I'm too old enough to care. Just
Yeah.
fucking do whatever you want. Don't murder people.
Well, can't make any promises.
But go naked.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like when I'm 80, like, I don't know, if I'm hot, like, fuck it, man.
Yeah.
I'm hot. I'm gonna rock that shit.
Do some unsolicited streaking.
You know what you can send me unsolicited? Money. You wanna pay my bills?
I mean,
Not the sugar daddies in my TikTok DMs.
yeah.
Didn't want.
Didn't you get some offers for
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Not the sugar daddies in my DMs, but like real people.
So yeah, that's really all I had though for the fun facts about streaking and like my opinions on streaking.
Cool.
I feel like we're hitting that time mark, but I did just want to do the friendship check-in. Yep. So next segment, Lauren, I did want to ask you a question.
Okay.
I was just going to see if you had anything that, since you've been 23 plus, if you had any stories about where you were like really childlike or immature. Like now looking back, maybe you can't believe it, but like, it was like just a crazy moment for you. I know you've never been streaking. I can tell that you, like from our conversation, you would have said something if you had.
No, what we talked about very briefly was, I feel like for a big chunk of our years, while we've been an adult, we were in law school and we were in college and like, we were having careers. And how do I say this, guys? When you become a lawyer, it's like a thing. Like they really do every background check on you under the sun. And I've heard horror stories of people like finding, crazy things online. I mean, for example, even when I got I won't name the company, when I got my job 2 jobs ago, I was with a big company and they did an entire social media check on you. I mean, they looked for everything that they could find to see if you were someone that had good morals to take the job or if you were going to do something that, wouldn't respectfully represent the company. And so for a big chunk of time, I feel like I was focusing on being like, okay, I'm really professional, I'm not going to do anything too crazy. Honestly, the only thing I can think of, and this is 100% worth it, and I do it again over and over again, but when I was in college and when I found out my ex had cheated on me with my best friend, which we referenced before, I had found out when he was in the shower because his phone had lit up and we were in a frat house. And so I took all of his stuff and threw it out the window of a 3rd floor building, everything that he owned in the whole room. So people still talk about it to this day, that
it's iconic.
it was one of the most iconic things someone's done to someone who's cheated on them, because there were literally all of his like personal papers, his school papers. I mean, they were flying down the frat house streets. It was raining that day. I mean, I took everything in its place and I tossed it out the window.
This must have been a long shower. Was he taking a bubble bath?
Locked the door. So he couldn't get back in.
Okay.
So like once he didn't know what was happening. And then I took screenshots of everything and I sent it to everyone. So he still blames me to this day for everyone hating him. And I don't regret any of it. I'd do it over again. But I will say it was probably one of the more unhinged things.
But that didn't come up on your background check for the bar, right? I'm assuming.
It didn't make the news or anything.
Okay.
And I didn't post it on social media. So no.
She could be making this up.
Oh, it really happened.
I'm trying to save you over here.
Yeah, I could be making this up.
Yeah. For legal reasons.
Disclaimer that I'm talking about some other girl.
Yeah.
She was blonde back then.
Yeah.
But people always like, I think you have like an alter ego, like well, because I was gonna like, Stassi says she's an alter ego, and then there's the
dark passenger. I do that when I'm drinking. I have an alter ego. It's Brittany bitch, actually, is my alter ego. It's fun. But I can't become an alcoholic because it'll get in the way of my career
and our life goals and the podcast.
And my hangovers
then we're gonna start
bad.
shrieking again.
Yeah. I mean, like, it is really disappointing because sometimes I wish I could be Brittany bitch all the time. But yeah, Brittany bitch would streak for sure. But in terms of stories,
series. I don't have anything as iconic. Since I've been an adult, I feel like I'm immature every day in some way, shape, or form, especially with the people that I'm closest with. And this week, I had a meltdown crying on the phone to my dad about like my student debt. And so he had to like talk me off a ledge. But I was literally like, you know how when you're crying, you're like hiccuping?
Yeah.
Like that was me this week. So, I mean, I feel like I'm not my age sometimes. I have definitely like little kid features. Like I throw tantrums. Not
Yeah.
as much because of the Prozac, but you know, I do have those moments for sure
Yeah.
on a daily basis. Lauren is much more mature than me. But when you piss her off, watch out.
Yeah, I definitely would make me mad. No, oh yeah, but when you cheat on me, don't
For
do that.
sure. I mean, but like honestly, that's valid. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
that makes people like literally murder each other
I
over that
know.
kind of shit.
What's it
So
called? Heat of passion.
yeah, the crime of passion. Yeah, yeah,
Sorry, I was thinking about the bar.
yeah, yeah. But like,
But that's why there's a term for it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I was saying.
but it is a thing.
Yeah,
You know.
it's a thing. So you can get less time in jail for heat of passion.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
because it's not as serious as higher charges. Anyway,
because they
sorry.
deserved it.
Yeah, they deserved it. Say it louder for the people in the back.
No, and I feel like another immature thing I sometimes do is like sometimes I try to scare Tony around the house.
That's common though. I think it keeps relationships funny and fun, and friendships
Yeah.
too.
Before we wrap up, do we want to give a little like snippet recap of like our experience so far with this season of Love is Blind?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched it yet. So, for folks who are watching Love is Blind this season, it's on Netflix. They just dropped the new season. It's in Denver, right? In Denver?
Yep. That was the first thing I checked episode 1 after like I got to know some of the people.
Where the fuck do you live? 'Cause
Where
that's
are you
what I did
from?
to make sure I never lived there.
No, I mean, I'm really trying not to be like mean, but like what is up with these people?
Well, they're not okay. Like, I'm sorry, but there's a PSA out there. If you live in Denver and this is all that's available in the dating scene, please move.
Yeah.
Like, leave. Do not settle for whatever the hell is this going on.
It's just like, yeah, everyone just feels so weird. And I don't know if it's the way it's filmed, but like, it's just weird this year.
It feels like it's a prank. Like, it's not a real season. I keep waiting to be like, so when's the real Love and Blind coming out? What's happening?
Because like, and just to give like people that haven't seen it like an example of like what I mean by weird is like, you know how they do like the confessionals.
Mhm.
Like one of the people on there was just talking about crying but also having a boner.
Yeah.
Like he said that out loud.
I know.
And it was just like, it was funny because it was like so surprising.
Unhinged and weird. Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, what? The way they're talking to each other and the connections, quote unquote, I feel like they've just been a little off. Like
They have been off.
you know,
That's what it is. It's like the connections are off.
But I could tell just from like the first episode, I was like, something's not right here. And
Yeah.
like, even like the ones that I did like start to kind of like feel like, oh, that like seemed a legit like connection or couple, then the person leaves. It's been a weird
But someone
season.
said when I was doing some research, because I had to know, someone said that's really common in Denver is people to ghost. Like, it's a
Oh,
thing.
okay.
People were not surprised that those people left and ghosted. I don't know. So then I started to do some research, and people were saying that, it's I would say it's 80-20, but 80% are like, yeah, that's how it is in Denver. They pick people that's how the dating scene is, because a lot of people come to Denver to like run away from their problems, I guess, and move to the mountain. And I guess it's gotten that reputation where I think it was ranked one of the highest cities of single people, ranked it like the worst place to date. And I was like, wow, I could see that from the season. Now, I will say on the flip side of TikTok, there are people who are like, I was interviewed for Love is Blind. I guess I was too normal to like be on it, because they were looking for like, I swear they gave him a questionnaire and said like, are you unhinged? Can you like keep, the season going and like say crazy things? Because I'm sitting there, I'm like, do you know what show you're on? Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, because also another annoying thing, and I know this kind of happens like occasionally in Love is Blind, like they kind of like break the rules and talk about their features like without seeing each other, but like I feel like that's happened more this season. Like I don't know why. It
More
just
than
feels
usual.
Like, yeah, I'm interested to see how the rest of the season progresses, but I'm also kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie. It's like I don't even know what to expect. How is anyone gonna get married?
We were joking, like, we need to start like a petition or a GoFundMe to get these people out of Denver and like get to somewhere else. Because like, is it in the water? I just don't understand like what's happening out there.
I don't know.
Maybe it's like a West Coast thing because we were also talking about like in Seattle, I got invited to a throuple, and now in Denver they can't date for shit. So like I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. I just think you should watch Love Island.
I am watching it.
Yeah.
I am watching Love Island. I'm giving it a chance. It's like it's just different than other reality shows. It's like kind of like whoa, like at first. And I was like, okay, everyone said that. I'll give it a chance. You know.
I feel like it has a cult following, and
once you're into it,
I'm part of that cult.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, I'm like, you have to do this. You have to join the cult with me.
I joined the Vanderpump cult.
I know,
They
and
have a
look
cult.
how happy you are. That's what I'm saying. You just have to trust me.
I do. I trust your recommendations, which is why I was like, you know what? Like, Brittany did recommend like really great things. I was like, so I'm going to give it a chance. What season am I watching?
You're watching season 6, well, the USA version, which was a big blow up for Love Island in a good way. Like,
so watch season 6 with us if you haven't watched it. Give it a chance.
Season 6 is the best season so far of the USA version. But okay, well, if you're ready, I'm ready for the closing arguments.
All right, I'm ready.
Lauren, in 200 words or less, what did you think, or what were the highlights? What did you love about this discussion?
I think we had a fun discussion.
We did.
I think we had a fun discussion. I think it was a more lively and funny discussion, but I also think it was cool to talk about serious things, but also talk about funny things. And I think that's the point of the podcast is like take some great serious momentum away, but also have some laughs because the world is tough out there. So hopefully we can bring some light into your life.
I think it's also very millennial coded. Like we're very like serious but unserious.
Serious.
Well, I would say unserious but serious.
Serious.
Like in that order.
Yes.
But
what about you?
Yeah, I mean, my favorite part was talking about streaking. For sure. I had a lot of laughs. I like the laughing part. And, you know, this is like not meant to be taken too seriously, this whole podcast. It's for fun. And we're getting old. Life is too short. Kind of just have to just say whatever. No, don't do that. My conclusion is bring streaking back to America.
Try a nude beach out if
I'm
you're ever
sorry.
into one. And what do you want to do for fun when you grow up?
We want to be at the nursing home, sending nudes,
twerking in our diapers,
doing this podcast all at once.
While you all listen to us,
check out our OnlyFans
at Whatever You Like Podcast on all social media.
No, I meant at the nursing home.
Well, it's still gonna be the Whatever You Like Podcast.
Yeah, probably. We might do an elders version.
Hashtag elderly.
Hashtag elderly, hashtag hot, hashtag nude, hashtag diaper, hashtag twerk.
Oh my God, I really can't. Okay, well, thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks to Google AI.
Thanks for giggling with us. Follow us and like us on all the shorty socials. TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Please help some girls out. We don't want an OnlyFans until we're 80, so give us a chance until then to survive.
We'll start it when we're 80.
That's our goal. Make enough money from now until 80, and then we'll do the OnlyFans for y'all. But yeah, it was so great to have us for this episode.
Yeah.
And I had a blast.
I had fun.
And until next week, shawties, we love y'all.
Yeah, we love you.
Peace. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Whatever You Like podcast, available on Spotify and Apple platforms.
Please follow our socials on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for additional content. Your support means the world to us, and it'll also keep us from creating an OnlyFans page.
We also would love to talk about whatever you like, so please visit our website to submit topic ideas, suggestions, or stories you want us to discuss.
Thanks, shorties. You the hottest. Peace.